I just rolled out of bed late. I'm dehydrated. My hair looks like crap. I'm a little puffy. But we're going to have this conversation because it's on my mind, it's important to me, and it should be important to you. Alright? Do you understand worship? That's the question I'm posing to you. And I want you to think about your answer. I want you to think truly about whether you engage in worship in your life. Spoiler alert, you do. I would hope. I really, really hope you do. And do you understand where? Do you understand why? Do you know what elicits the feeling from you? Now, and I'm coming at you as an anti-religious. I wouldn't necessarily say agnostic, but certainly I'm not a Christian, right? And I still think that this concept of worship is important. Now that you've had some time to think about your answer, now that I've had some time also to gather my thoughts, because again, straight out of bed with this one, I'm going to pause the video, gather them some more. Now hold on to your answer for a minute, because I'm going to talk about mine. Listen. That's my answer right there. That's my answer right there. It's the birds. It's the sunshine that's on my patio here. The stappled sunshine from the trees. The leaves. It's sitting here and just intaking that. No other sensory input. In fact, I'm probably gonna end up closing my eyes a bit just to listen. I'll go make some coffee, I'll come back and I'll listen some more, because that incites a feeling of worship in me, not for God, not for, some polytheism's god of wind or of birds, or, not even for birds themselves, but for the experience of being alive, right? The experience of this moment, of the luxury that it is to be able to intake the sounds of the birds in the morning. The highway's there too, making noise as well. And I don't love that one. That does not incite a sense of worship in me, but it's part of the soundscape. And it's these grounding moments, right, that give me a sense of humanity and give me a sense of meaning to my life, right? I've struggled severely with apathy and depression and that disconnect from a sense of worship, which is why at the beginning of the video I do implore you and I do insist on my hope that you do find and feel worship in your life, because a lack of that, it strips from you vitality, it strips from you humanity, and it strips from you yourself. Truly, because these are the moments where I'm connecting with myself, right? What it is to be in my consciousness, in my vessel, experiencing my life, this one that I have right now. And I want you to look around in your life and understand where you find that feeling and prioritize it. Try to find it more often. If it's your favorite song on the radio while you're commuting to work because you actually like driving on the highway, then that's a moment where you're enjoying what it is to live your life as you. If it's the moment 2 a.m. your absolute ragers just just come on the speakers at the club, and you're there with all your friends, and you can feel the music in your body, and you're dressed to the nines. If that is where you feel worship for what it is to be alive and to be you, then make a life where you can do that healthily. Make a life that supports that sustainably, right? And I do emphasize the healthy and sustainable practices, because oftentimes what we do is worship one another. Humans are really, really good at that. Really, really good at fixating on another person who encapsulates an externalized and more clear vision of what it is to be human, what it is to be a self, what it is to be living, right, and enjoying life. And particularly when they bring us so much enjoyment in themselves, it can be easy to fall into a pattern of worshiping another person. And I do think it is valuable to worship other people, but I do think it must be done carefully, intentionally, and healthily. I do think you have to do it consciously. And I want you to, I want you to have the friends around you and the family around you that make you feel more human. Like when I'm with my daughter and I see the light hitting her face while she's giggling, about to jump in the pool or something, like I fall back into that moment of, this is what it is. This is what it is to be human, to be alive. And it's a moment of worship for that life and for my role in getting to be parent to her and a steward to her health and her learning journey as she becomes more and more herself all the time. And in the past, I've worshipped partners to unhealthy degrees for certain. I've really let it get away from me in the romantic context often. And I hope I can say I've grown out of that. And I don't know. See, this is the part where I lose track of my thoughts, because I've said what I wanted to say. I started with the idea and I said, we'll get there, we'll get wherever we get, and I come on here and I speak on it, and then we get to the end and I really have nothing to say except for to invite you to share what you have to say, because that's what I want to know as well. I'm out here telling you how I be a human. I want to know how you're being a human. I'm out here telling you how I've learned to enjoy being a human, how I've learned to embrace it and delight in it and make my life fulfilling from that. And I want to hear what you've done in the same. My comments are always open, and I love you.